Hi, my name is Alamin. I want to guide us on how to practice the CBT. So once you click on the link sent to the group, it takes you direct to this page. And here, you are required to enter your registered email address. The email address they registered you with at the registration venue. And then enter a default password of 123456. So if you are getting error of invalid username / password, it's one of the two reasons. Either you are not entering the correct email address, or you are entering a different email address, a different one from the one you gave at the registration venue. And another thing we take note of is the email address does not contain spaces, so no spaces in between the alphabet or letter, because some people are entering leaving spaces, and the system is not going to accept because it is invalid email address. So let me enter my email address like this. So this is my email address, and then the password is 1 2 3 4 5 6, like this. So after entering your password and your username, which is your email address, you click on sign in, and this takes you direct to your dashboard. So you can save your password. If it shows you something like this, you can save it so that subsequent time when you are logging, you don't need to enter be typing your username and password. So I click on save like this. So these are the samples question being uploaded. We have questions on civil service rules, we have questions under current affairs, and then we have questions on financial regulations. So these are just samples. We are not saying that this is exactly what you are going to see during the actual examination, but this one just the sample questions for the purpose of practice. So to practice any of this, for example, let's say we want to practice questions under civil service rule. So you simply click on civil service rule, and this takes you straight to the instruction page. Okay, so it's because I'm using a mobile phone, that is why the font is small. So if you're using a laptop or tablets or desktop, it will be bigger than this, and you should be able to read the instruction carefully. Then after reading the instruction, you click on start button, and this takes you to the question straight. So here you need to note some of the features on this page. We have the timer at the top, so you can see for the purpose of practice we have about 30 questions, and the time is set to 30 minutes. Okay, so the first thing you look at is your timer, so that you work with the time. And then another thing you look at is if there is anything like finish button, which is in red in this case. So it depends on how they design the system. The finish button may not be in red, or it could be in another color, but make sure you don't click it if you have not finished your examination. So we have at the bottom of the question, we have a navigation menu. So you can either navigate by clicking on the number directly, or you click on the next button. to start, you read the question, you make sure you understand the question, and then select the answer. And another important thing is time management. You should know how to allocate time wisely for each question. So how do you do that? In this case, we have about like 30 minutes, and then we have 30 questions. We are not saying that they are going to set 30 questions for you. This is just sample for the purpose of practice. So the question could be 50, 60. So whatever the number of questions they give, you make sure that you divide it by the number of by the time. For example, when we divide 30 minutes by the total number of questions, which is 30, for example, here we have 1 minute, which means we are allocating 1 minute to each question. So the essence of this is to allocate time for each question, so that you don't spend more than the allocated time on a particular question. So any question that is trying to take you more than a minute, in this case, you quickly jump it and move to the next question, so that you work with your time. Otherwise, you may not be able to finish your examination, and the time will terminate your exams. So let's start. So let's say the answer is B here. You click on B, and then to move to the next, you either click on question 2 like this. It takes you to the next, and let's say the answer is C. You click on C, and then so the navigation, you have two options in this case. And on other platforms, or it could be, instead of next and last, it could be next and previous. So anyone, you just have to observe they are the same. So to move to the next question, I click on 3, which is question 3, and let's say the answer is B. I select B, and then move to the next question 4 like this, and then let's say the answer is C. I click on C. So if I decide, if I change my mind, and let's say I want to, it's not C that I want to select, is B, so I simply click on B like this, and any answer you selected will be saved automatically. So you don't need to click on any save button in order to save your answer. Just continue. So the number 4 answer is C, so let me select C back, then go to 5. Let's say the answer is D. I select D, and then go to 6. Let's say the answer is C. I select C, and go to question 7. Let's say the answer is D. Okay, so I select D, then I go to question 8, and let's say the answer is D. I select D. So you can see the navigation is very easy. And then go to question 9, and let's say the answer is also D. Select D, then go to question 10. Let's say the answer is C. I select C, and then 11 like this. Let's say the answer is B. I select B, then go to question 12. Let's say the answer is C, and then 13. Let's say the answer is also C, and then 14. Let's say the answer is B. You click on B, then 15. Let's say the answer is B also. You click B, and then 16. Let's say the answer is D. You click on D. Go to 17. Let's say the answer is B. You click on B. 18. let's say the answer is A. You click on A, and then 19, you click on, let's say, A. 20, let's say A. 21, let's say C. And then 22, let's say A. And then 23, let's assume the answer is B. And then 24, let's assume the answer is C. And 25, let's assume the answer is B. And then 26, let's assume the answer is A. And then 27, let's assume the answer is B. And then 28, let's assume the answer is A. And then 29, let's assume the answer is B. And then 30, let's assume the answer is B. So you select B. So you can see this one, for the purpose of practice, I'm able to finish before my time elapsed. So you can go back and review all the questions. I can start from question 1 to review. You can see all my answers are intact. Question 2, my answer is there. Question 3, my answer is there. Okay, so you can if you have finished before the time elapsed, you go and review all the questions. Make sure that you have answered all the questions before you click on finish button. So you don't necessarily need to click on the finish button. You can just relax and allow the timer to terminate your exams, because once the time elapsed, the system is going to terminate your exam automatically, and the submission is automatic. So you don't need to submit anything. So don't be afraid that you have not finished on submit or you have not saved your answers. The answers as you select are auto saved. So this is how to answer your or practice CBT. Remember, we said this is just for the purpose of practice, okay, so that you can get familiar with the system, how the system works, and then how do you navigate between questions. After you finish, if you still have time, how do you review all your questions before you submit? Okay, so let's say I have reviewed all the questions. I still want to terminate my exam, so I simply click on the finish button like this, and this has terminated my exam, showing me my scores. So out of 30, I scored 29. So we are not saying that the actual exams, they are going to show you your scores after